Welcome to a journey of transformation. Every week, we explore new horizons, pushing boundaries and embracing what's next. This isn't just about technology, it's about evolving ourselves. Think of it as your weekly reset, a chance to upgrade your mindset, your skills, and your potential. We're here to help you rethink how you approach challenges, how you innovate, and ultimately, how you succeed. From powerful insights to practical strategies and game-changing knowledge, we tap into everything you need. It's about staying ahead, not just in a digital world, but in life itself, equipping you for every new beginning. Because in this fast-paced era, standing still is simply not an option. Growth is continuous. You either choose to evolve, to adapt, and to learn, or you risk being left behind. Embrace the change. This isn't just an update. It's a profound rebirth, a chance to redefine your future, to step into your power, and to truly thrive. It's about unlocking your next level. Join us on this exciting path. Embrace your new beginning. Your journey starts now.
Welcome to Tech Tuesdays, man. Tech Tuesdays, episode number 223. Episode number 223. I am the final boss, and he is the sensei. Let's give him a hand. Welcome. How you feeling, sir?
Living a dream. Always living a dream.
Always living a dream. Hey, we got a great show for you guys tonight, man. You know, first of all, that's wrong. There we go. Wrong color for the night, but that was a simple fix. So, episode number 223, and to each and every last single one of you, no matter where you are, thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us. Got a few admin notes that I'm going to get out tonight. A few things I want to get off my chest, man, before we get started. I'm not going to take too long though, but real quick, first and foremost, let me give you the disclaimer of this is for entertainment purposes only, right? And now the daily greeting. The daily greeting. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. That is the greeting of the day. Thank you for each and every last one of you watching. If you're on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitch, Kick, Instagram, Facebook, StreamYard, and for your listening pleasures, Spotify. Thank you for joining us for tonight for this conversation, man. We got a deep one for you. We're going to be talking about AI versus AI. And look, some of our family, I must say, is already here, right? Molly's here, Andrea's here, Chikandi is in the building, and we're just waiting for some other people to come on board. But before we do that, man, I want to say something, right? I want to say something real quick. Teaching all of you, especially my family, right? The real family, the sovereign, the smarts, the motivators, the warriors, and the final bosses. All of you guys are why we are here. You are why we are the necessary. And this is necessary, right? The book sales. Thank you, right? And I can count on, and unfortunately, I can count on one hand, right? How many of my relatives, blood relatives, who have purchased the book, right? 5 on one hand. And this is important for tonight's conversation. My book becoming a bestseller was because of you, the sovereign, the smarts, the warriors, the final bosses, right? The motivators. It's because of you. Our show that is doing outstanding numbers is because of you, not because of blood relatives, right? You are the family. You are the Final Boss family. You are the Final Boss Nation. You are the Final Boss community. And I had to get that out there because we are forever grateful for having you and being able to come on this platform and share our information with you, share our world with you, and pass on this this knowledge on technology that we believe is very necessary. And tonight's episode, man, I don't think anybody is talking about it, right? I don't think anybody's talking about tonight's episode. So we have a great one for you. Like I said, the episode tonight is going to be AI versus AI, right? And this is going to be an interesting one. So yeah, let's go ahead and get ready to get into it, man. Let's get ready to get into it. You know, Sensei, how is your week, man? Let's start with that. How was your week this week?
You see, I'm wearing the chill shirt.
I see. I like the chill shirt. The chill shirt is very chill. Yeah, I like the chill shirt, man. So you ready to get into this, man? I think our
do it.
I think the final bosses are going to love this episode, man. So let's go ahead and get into it, man. So look, guys, listen, right? Listen. Somewhere in a server farm in Virginia right now, two machines are fighting each other. One is trying to break in. The other is trying to keep it out. Neither one needs you. Neither is asking for permission. Neither is stopping for coffee. And while that fight is happening, you're asking, what is going on, right? You're on a couch with a spoon and a bowl of cereal. That is the new normal. And tonight we're going to walk into the server farm together. No doom and gloom tonight, right? No panic, just clarity and opportunity, because panic don't pay the bills, right? Clarity does. And before we get into that, man, we're going to get into the brass tacks of the evening. The brass tacks of the evening is coming from none other than yours truly, right? And here's the brass tacks. Here is the brass tacks of the evening. When the machines start fighting each other, the humans who understand the rules become the richest people in the room. That's the brass tacks of the evening, right? And as you know, for those who are here, you know where you are. And for those who are just now joining us, welcome to the Final Boss Podcast, Season 4, Arc 3. This is the rebirth. This is episode 223, right? 223. And I have the Sensei with me, of course. He is our tech SME, right? And for those who don't know what a SME is the subject matter expert. He is our subject matter expert that is here each and every last Tuesday of this podcast, right? Now, if my screen stops jumping and my camera is having some issues. Let me do a real quick commercial.
Still look good from my side, but go ahead, reset.
All right, I'm having it's like it's stalling out or something.
That's because we're getting ready to tell the truth. Yeah, that's because
this always happens when we get ready to tell the truth. Oh man, really interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Did you see that?
What? You blipped.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Then you just froze.
Yeah. It doesn't. Yeah, man. Only when we're telling the truth. Well, we tell the truth often, right?
Well, but
some nights we tell the truth.
In the Wizard of Oz, you got to be careful when you're pulling back the curtain. You see what I'm saying?
Right. Exactly.
And sometimes we may pull on that curtain a little harder than we should.
Yeah. I think we're good now. I think we're good.
All right.
Diagnostics, everything looks good. All right. So back to the conversation, right? while that fight is happening, you're on a couch, right? You are on a couch with a spoon and a bowl of cereal,
Chilling.
chilling, right? Like that is the new normal. So welcome to episode 223, and we're going to get into it. And I'm gonna let the Sensei lead into tonight. So go ahead,
So
Sensei.
we're going to start real gentle at the top here. We're just going to skim
Yeah,
the surface a little bit because, like I said, we're pulling those curtains back a little hard. So we're just going to kind of go gentle into the night.
gentle
So
into the night.
in the surface, all right, at the surface layer, the biggest cybersecurity shift in 20 years has just happened.
Mm,
Boom. In 30 days.
wow.
In 30 days. April 15th, IBM dropped autonomous security. Go check it out.
Mm,
Autonomous security from IBM. Days before that, OpenAI unveiled GPT 5.4, and here it comes, cyber.
wow.
And days before that, Anthropic unveiled Mythos. Now, if you want something that's going to freak you out, and we are having fun, go check out Mythos and see what
Wow.
that bad boy's all about. So we're talking
Man.
3 major players, massive power. They just have stepped right into the middle of it.
It's like Marvel versus DC and one of the independents. That's 3 superhero drops in a month. That's incredible.
3 defenses. And here's why I say defenses. The offense was already there.
Mm,
It's already here. These guys are just playing defense. That's it.
that's it. Wow. Wow. Sensei, you already cooking, man. You already cooking. We're 30 seconds in. Let's go.
Well, we're not going to do a warm. We don't need a warm up tonight.
You're right.
You light the fires on Monday, and tonight we find out if you built something real. All right.
Yes,
That's
let's
why we're in
find out.
season 4. That's why we're doing the rebirth. That's why we're in this arc.
Mm-hmm.
All right. We're tying it together. You follow the breadcrumbs, and that's what we're doing. We're laying the breadcrumbs. You pick them up, you'll get where you got to go. The
Absolutely.
war that humans, they don't fight anymore. They're not going to fight in it anymore. The war the humans are going to be involved in, they're only going to be coaching it. And if that line confuses you, stay tuned. We're going to unpack everything.
Let's get it.
Absolutely. Let's get it.
All right. So, people, smarts, motivators, warriors, final bosses, you locked in. We're locked in. It's Tech Tuesdays, right? Live every Tuesday at 9 p.m., right? Every Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean, shout out right off the top, right?
Yeah.
Every final boss in the building, every warrior clocking in, every motivator on the come up, and the smarts group, the engineers, the architects, running code while this podcast plays. Look, we see you. We diversify what we tell you so that you can pick up the breadcrumbs that you need to find your way.
And look, we're caffeinated and we're ready to go. So understand that, right? When both of us are caffeinated, we're both fired up and we're both ready, right? So that's all I got. Those 3 words. Caffeinated, fired up, and ready. Let's go.
I'm telling you. Look, that's the report. Season 4 is called the rebirth, right? Every Tuesday is the pressure test. And the rebirth you claimed on Monday, tonight we find out if it holds. A rebirth that only works under ideal conditions was never a rebirth. It only works under pressure. You have to prove and harden the steel.
And that, my friends, that's the line. That's the line you want to pay attention to right there.
All right. And tonight's diagnostic has 3 layers. We have event, implication, and leverage.
Mm-hmm.
We're going to try and stay light, try and not, no doom and gloom, no panic, no Nostradamus. We're not going to predict the future here because, sometimes when we do that, a couple months down the road, we say, oh, look at us. We might have
Right.
told you something. Because look, panic is not a strategy.
It
Panic is not a
isn't.
strategy. We're not
Mm-hmm.
peddling panic here. Clarity is deliverable. Every Tuesday, we're going to try to provide clarity so that you can understand what is happening in the world and why and what to do about it.
Yeah, that's right. Every single Tuesday, man. So this I'm gonna set the table, Sensei. Right? What actually dropped? You just mentioned three things. Let's talk about it.
All right, I'm going to slow it down a little bit because I got excited.
Okay.
3 events, 30 days.
Mm-hmm.
April 15th was when IBM dropped the autonomous security. Early April, OpenAI released GPT-5 for cyber. And then days before that, so we're talking in the very beginning of April, Anthropic dropped Mythos. And the thing to know about these three tools are that they're all defense. They're defensive because
Mm,
the offensive side has already weaponized.
right.
And how do I know that? Because IBM put it in their own press release. The attackers are using frontier AI models across every phase of the attack life cycle. Every phase. Now, when I teach security and security plus and all those things that I go out and teach, there are specific mapped phases of an attack.
Mm-hmm.
And so you can map it. It's a drawing and you follow the
Right.
beginning all the way to the end. All right.
Okay.
So in talking about an attack life cycle, there are phases to it from
Mm-hmm.
scanning to entry to lateral movement and then to what's called exfiltration, or I like to say stealing.
Right.
The vendors were late to the party.
Mm-hmm.
And here's the sad part, they knew they were late.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And translation for the motivators on the way to the gym. I know you guys are on your way to the gym. It's 9 o'clock because that's what you do. Look, the bad guys had AI. The good guys didn't. Now the good guys have AI. The match is finally even.
Here's the issue is the offensive side has a head start. So the bad guys already
Mhm.
have a head start. They
Right.
got a 12-month minimum head start. And so if you look at back in the day when viruses began being created,
Mhm.
and even today, a virus gets created, somebody gets infected, they report it, then the antivirus people create a solution and then they deploy it. So by the
Right.
time the bad stuff happens, it's already live
Mhm.
before anybody even realizes what's going on. So that was the normal cycle. Well, we're in that same cycle. It's like bad things happen, good guys catch up. Kind of
Yeah.
calms down. Bad things
Right.
happen, good guys catch up. Here we are. We're in the same algorithm, the same thing. But
Right.
here's the reframe. 12 months behind is not dead. 12 months behind is motivated. 12 months behind is the perfect
Right.
distance to learn what works. And the late mover can see what the early
Mhm.
mover broke.
That is the rebirth reframe. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean, look, you're not late. I mean, you are, but you're not. You're positioned.
Mhm. Right.
You're not overreacting. You're able to actually
Mhm.
see what's going on and react
Right.
accordingly.
Now that old playbook that you just mentioned, Sensei, walk us through that.
All right. This is the one this is the model has been since viruses first came out. I mean, we're talking since computers came out and we first started having this thing called the internet. Viruses were something that they had the
Mhm.
first antivirus software to protect against these things. So what happens is you have a
Right.
model. The legacy model starts this way. An attacker will probe. The defender sees the alert. The defender investigates.
Mhm.
The defender responds.
Right.
And then the defender patches.
Mhm.
All humans, all clocking time, minutes, hours, sometimes days. It's the human pace.
Right.
But see, that world, that's over.
Over.
Look, the attacker in 2026 is not a person, it's a
Mhm.
process. It
Right.
runs 24/7. It
Absolutely.
tries thousands of doors in the
Mhm.
time the defender refreshes the dashboard.
Right.
It doesn't sleep, it doesn't eat, it doesn't quit, it doesn't go on strike, it doesn't go on vacation. It's
Right.
24/7.
And the defender?
Wow. Used to be the human with coffee. Was
Right.
that was
Right. Was.
right? That was the past tense.
Mhm.
But now the defender is also a process. And this is where the shift comes in, because the whole shift comes in. And this is for the warriors and those who grew up watching cyber like a boxing match. You know, the guy in the hoodie typing. You know, you see the guy in the little room and he's sitting there typing on a keyboard, okay? Right? And the guy in the SOC is chasing him, SOC is chasing him. Two humans, fair
Mhm.
fight. But that
Right.
fight's over. It's
Yeah.
been over for at least a year. At least
Mhm.
a year. So, you know, the fight process is a process versus process. The human's on the sideline. He's just calling the plays. Look, the human's
Right.
the coach.
Mhm.
If you're on the field, I mean, you've already been lapped. It's done.
Exactly. And my final bosses who are running businesses, hear that clear, right? Hear that clear. This is calibration, not fear, right?
Right? I mean, look, your IT guy alone, he can't protect you anymore.
Mhm.
Not alone. I don't care how good he is. And I'm good, but you know what? I'm using tools. I'm a human.
Yeah.
The other team's not. You need a machine on your side of the ring. Now, this is the key. That machine is affordable. That's the gift of 2026. It used to cost $1 million. Now it costs 400 a month. It's
Mhm.
democratized.
It is. It definitely is. So, Sensei, with that being said, introduce us to the villains.
All right. Now we talk about agents, right? We've been talking about agents all over the place.
Mhm.
We had whole sessions on agents and what are agents and why are they dangerous. So the first thing is what's called agentic attacker. And then here's a definition of that: a system that receives a goal and it plans its own approach, uses its own tools, makes its own calls, self corrects.
Wow.
Heck, it can even self replicate, it can create its own
Yeah.
army.
That part.
Okay.
Mhm.
I mean, it keeps going until the
Yeah.
goal is hit. And that sounds a lot like an employee. It is an employee, just
Yeah.
not your employee. I mean, it's
Right.
the bad guy's employee, right? He works full time, never
Full time.
quits, never
Mhm.
asks for a pay raise. And
Right.
put that in a scenario, right? The bad guy says, get into the hospital's patient's records. He hits
Mm.
enter. He goes to bed. The agent starts scanning. Looks no obvious door there. Nope.
Yeah.
Studies their employees. Listen to this. They'll go out on LinkedIn. It'll build fake profiles, sending spear phishing emails in their voices. One bites, that's it. One person bites.
That's
The
it. That's all
credential
it
is
takes.
captured, the agent logs
Mhm.
in, and once they're logged in, they do what's called moving laterally. It finds the records, it exfiltrates, which was a common term we say stealing, and then
Right.
it covers the tracks. You can never unsteal the data.
Mm.
Then, after all that's happened, in the blink of an eye, the bad guy wakes up, has a cup of coffee, checks his email. Oh, look at that. Job's complete. Didn't do anything. He delegated a crime to a machine. And that is 2026.
You just said something there that's profound. He delegated a crime.
And this is the part that should wake the smarts up, right?
Oh,
The agent gets better every run.
mm,
And you say, well, it's no good. It's poorly designed. It doesn't work. It glitches. It doesn't matter. Every failed attempt is training data.
yeah,
Every defense it beats is documented.
yeah.
The new norm. The attacker's agent is leveling up while the defender's SOC is doing shift change.
Hmm.
Shift change.
Wow.
The agent doesn't shift change. It runs in a loop. You observe, think, act, evaluate. Repeat.
Right.
Observe, think, act, evaluate.
Mm-hmm.
Put that on a sticky note. That's the attacker's rhythm, but that is also the defender's rhythm now.
Yeah.
Same loop,
Mm-hmm.
different side of the wall.
Man, that's the whole game. That is the whole game right there. Man. Now that we've talked about the villains, let's talk about the heroes. 3 of them. Line them up, Sensei.
So, like I said, we're not about doom and gloom here. We're not about scaring anybody. It's just but the reality of the world we live in.
Right.
The bigger the fish you are in the water, the bigger a target you are. So I always tell my clients and my people, become the smallest fish that you can become.
Mm-hmm.
Because the smallest footprint you have keeps you the safest. That's the number one thing is keep a small footprint. Because if you're a part of a big footprint, you're a big target. So let's talk about the defenders.
Okay.
All right. And you want to do it in that, who was that announcer that would announce the boxing matches? In this corner.
Michael, I can't remember.
Yeah,
I know
he was good.
Michael.
He was like, he had almost like a patented voice.
Yeah.
So we have Defender 1,
Mm-hmm.
Mythos by Anthropic. It's a specialized cybersecurity model. Its job is to hunt. That's pretty wild.
Interesting.
Defender 2,
Mm-hmm.
GPT-5.4 Cyber from OpenAI. It's the same lane.
Right.
It's a specialized defensive variant. Then there's Defender 3, the IBM Autonomous Security. This is not a model. No. This is a platform.
Mm.
This is brains plus hands. This finds a threat, remediates or fixes the threat, validates the fix, moves on to the next one.
Wow.
No human in the loop. The humans set the policy, the platform enforces it. And here's the thing. Industry analysts right now are projecting 30% more of SOC workflows will be agent run by the end of 2026.
Wow.
That number came from the, I can't barely pronounce his name, Anurag Gurtu, CEO of Arrived.
Right.
In Tech News World, this is in a magazine, in Tech News World, early this year, 30%. This is the floor. This is not the ceiling.
Right.
The ceiling is getting closer to 60% by 2027, 28. That means the security industry loses most of its entry-level analyst roles. Think about this. We talked about this when we talk about what is happening with the systems. They're replacing who?
We talked about it last week.
Were they replacing the little guy at the beginning, or are they replacing the guy who's been there? That's right, entry-level position. So here we go. Listen to this.
Right. Yep.
The security industry is going to lose most of its entry-level analyst roles within the next 24 months. Now, that sounds terrible. But what do you gain? You gain coach roles, architect roles, AI trainer roles, policy and governance roles. And here's the other part. Red team specialists who can stress test the agents. Blue team leads who can direct them.
Right.
More jobs, different jobs,
right.
And they're going to be harder jobs.
Absolutely.
But they're going to be better paid jobs.
Yeah, absolutely. And for my smarts planning a career, listen close. Listen.
The entry level analyst, that chair that you have your butt in, that's compressing. But the architect chair, that's where it's exploding. Skip the old chair,
Yeah.
train for the new one. The
Right.
market rewards a jump. There's positions open for the jump.
Mhm. Absolutely. Absolutely. And look, Sensei, this is your frame, right? What does this moment actually mean? Man, let's cut through it.
Well, here's where it hits. Right at
Mhm.
identity. Most people still think security is a department, something that IT handles. It's just part,
Yeah.
it's something that someone else does. That era has ended. Ended
Right.
the moment the agentic attackers scaled. Now, we talked
Mhm.
about that when we talked about distributed agents, right?
Right.
When we start talking about scaling, it's one thing to have one AI, it's a whole nother thing to have a million.
Mm.
All right. We
Yeah.
have a thing we call DOS, denial of service, is a type of attack. It's no big
Mhm.
deal. One on one. You can win on a fair fight, one on one. What if it's 1,000,000 to 1? That's distributed denial of service attack.
Mhm.
Hard to block that one. Okay. So it's scaled.
Right.
Every employee is a door. Every family member is a door. Your
Mhm.
kids. Every door is under attack
Absolutely. All
constantly,
entry
not
points. Yep.
not occasionally,
Mhm.
constantly. So security is not a department. Security is a posture. You
Yeah.
have to start with your personal security, your daily security, your
Mhm.
identity level security.
Right.
This is where it's the rebirth frame. The old
Absolutely.
identity treated security as optional. I'll get
Mhm.
to it. It's no big deal. New
Mhm.
identity treats
Yeah.
security as a reflex. And for the war and that doesn't include a security if your rebirth doesn't include a security reflex, okay? If it does not include that, you're incomplete. I mean, you're out of balance in today's
Yeah.
world. And that's a
That,
lock in.
that
That's just locked in.
that is definitely a lock in. And for my warriors who came out of service, I want you to hear this, right? You already have this reflex. They trained it into you for over a decade, right? Situation awareness, OPSEC. You don't leave your rifle in the chow hall. You don't post your location. You don't click that link that you're not familiar with, right? You already know this posture. You just need to transfer it from the field to the inbox, right? When you're reading those emails.
That's right. It's the same muscle, just different theater. You're not
Yeah.
starting from 0, you're starting from 10.
Mm-hmm.
Hear me now. You're starting from 10.
Right. So, what does Security Operations Center actually look like in the new era, Sensei? Talk to us about that. Paint the picture.
All right. So the old SOC, Security Operations
Mm-hmm.
Center, you had 20 analysts, 3
Right.
shifts, screens
Mm-hmm.
everywhere, alerts are stacking, people drinking energy drinks at 3 in the morning.
Right.
You triage, you investigate, you escalate,
Mm-hmm.
you repeat
Right.
over and over and over. And
Mm-hmm.
burnout is a silent killer. The average analyst lasts maybe 18 months in that kind of
True.
position.
True.
Now, the new SOC, you got 5 humans, 1
Mm-hmm.
shift. The platform handles the triage. The platform handles the investigation. The platform handles the first wave of response.
Right.
Now, the humans make the calls the platform isn't cleared to make. Policy
Mm-hmm.
decisions, legal decisions,
Mm-hmm.
strategic decisions.
Right.
Humans can review the edge cases and then they tune the system.
Right.
Then humans can handle the executive brief. Less
Mm.
screens, more thinking. Less reactive, more architectural.
Right. And that is a completely different job.
Oh, yeah, completely different. I mean, the skills the old stock rewarded were typing speed, ticket velocity, pattern
Mm-hmm.
recognition under fatigue.
Right.
Those are compressing. The skills the new SOC rewards is judgment,
Mm-hmm.
architecture, strategic communication,
Right.
policy writing.
Right.
Those are exploding. And for the
Mm-hmm.
final bosses building a business, you're now hiring for a job that did not exist 3 years ago.
Exactly.
That's the market signal.
Yep.
Follow that.
Follow the signal, people. Follow the signal.
Yeah, I'm telling you, it's just wild. Look, put your CEO hat on. Stat DigiNet, right? You're in
Yeah.
the middle of this. What
Yeah.
changed?
Oh man, real talk. Everything and nothing. You know, the fundamentals hold, right? We got to protect the crown jewels. We have to verify identity, right? The segment networks and the least privilege, right? Everybody knows that. That is evergreen. Anybody selling you a 2026 disruption that throws out fundamentals is a fraud, right? You have to ignore those guys. What changed is the speed and the shape of the team. My team is smaller. The leverage is bigger. An analyst running agentic tools in 2026 does the work of 15 analysts that was doing the same job in 2018. So the price is a little bit better. It moves a lot faster and it lands even bigger contracts. Same guy, better tools, right?
And that's the compression. And for the final boss with the 12-person shop, this is the best news you've heard all year.
Mm-hmm.
The tools that used to cost $1 million and needed PhDs now cost $400 a month and need one sharp operator. Defense
Absolutely.
just got democratized. The wall around your business is no longer luxury goods. The wall is standard issue. Give us a war story without breaking any NDAs.
Without breaking any NDAs. Okay. Client comes, right? Mid-sized accounting firm. Got a voicemail, not an email, a voicemail from, let's say, the CFO, right? Asking accounting to wire 47 grand to a vendor by the end of the day. Voice was perfect. CFO's real voice, cloned from 3 YouTube panels that he had done.
Here now, hear that. Clone from what? Public footage. 3 YouTube panels. Not a lot. Public. Anybody could have pulled the audio. The agent did pull the audio. The agent did clone the voice, and the agent wrote the script. The agent even spoofed the caller ID, and the agent placed the call. The agent
Wow.
walked away. Why?
Mhm.
Because it was all automated.
You know, that accountant had a weird feeling. Called the real CFO, stopped the wire, saved 47 grand. She became the firewall. She was irreplaceable.
Yeah. Intuition is not scalable. You cannot bet the business on one accountant's gut, though. That's the problem. The gut has to be built into the system.
Mhm.
The gut is the algorithm now. That situational awareness, that is part of the algorithm now.
Man, talk about speed and the speed problem, Sensei. You know, this is one that should wake everybody up, right?
So you've heard about VPNs, right? Everybody talks about how do you stay secure on the internet? You do a
Mhm.
VPN, virtual private
Right,
network.
right.
Well, okay. Zscaler Threat Labs in 2026 did a VPN risk report, and direct from the report, AI collapsed the human response window. Remote access became the fastest path to a breach. The fastest path.
Mm.
Detection to response used to be hours, sometimes a full day. Now it's
Wow.
seconds. Seconds. Put that in your pocket. If something happens in your business at 2 a.m. on a Saturday, how long before you know? If the answer is a Monday morning, you're
Yikes.
working on a 48-hour response window in a 15-second world. 48 hours is the gap.
It
The
is.
agents close that gap. And here are the
Mhm.
numbers for the smarts who love data. There's an old industry benchmark. The average breach detection was around 200 days. 200 days, attacker in your network. Think
Mm.
about this. It took 200 days to find people in your network. So they could be sitting there inside your network for 200 days. No idea, none. But in modern agentic defended environments, that number drops towards minutes. Some deployments even seconds. From
Wow.
200 days to minutes, you're talking generationally different. Two
Yeah.
orders of magnitude in 5 years.
Mm.
But that's not improvement. That's phase change.
Absolutely.
The attacker side phase changed first.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they got better, quick. That's why the defender side has to follow. No choice.
Right.
And for every final boss listening, my IT guy will call me back in the morning. It's not a strategy anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, that strategy worked in 2018,
Right.
but it'll get you breached in 2026. Breached
Absolutely.
fast,
Mhm.
breached quiet,
Yeah.
breached before you notice. And once you're breached and you're compromised and your data stolen, you can't unsteal data.
You know, you just said something before you notice. That's real. Now, that's real. Look, here's the practical block. Right? Let's talk. 5 moves, not next month, this week. Sensei, let's run it.
Okay, here's the thing. The number one thing you can do in today's world, this is the number one thing you can do to protect yourself, your network, your everything. It's called MFA, multi-factor authentication.
Mhm.
Everywhere. Do it on your email, do it on your bank, your socials, all of your Instagrams, Facebooks, everything. Your kids' school portal, for God's sake. And if you don't like passwords because you can't remember them, use passkeys. And if you don't know what that is, go look it up.
Yeah.
20 minutes, done. Number 2, router firmware. Now, you say, well, what's a router? Well, how are you connecting to the internet? You have a router. Well, you patch your computer, but when was the last time you patched or updated your hardware?
Right.
Okay, so most people, router hasn't been updated since they bought it.
Yeah.
So, you log into the admin page and go, what's that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, time to get out the book and learn how to get into your equipment.
Yeah.
Check for updates, install them.
Yeah.
And if you can't install updates on your router, guess what time it is? Time to get a new router.
Yeah.
And the new routers can go out and look for updates. You can tell it, hey, update for me, would you? Oh, yeah, there's a new update. Would you like me to install it? Yes, please. So you don't have to do the old school where you knew the router, you got to go from there to the vendor, download the file, upload the file. No, the new routers will do this for you if you tell them to.
Yeah.
So check for your updates, install them. The state actors love unpatched routers.
Right.
And here's the thing. Fancy Bear, APT28, Russian intelligence, and this is all per Black Lotus Labs reporting. This is not that I'm blowing smoke out my butt. I'm telling you things that are being active reported on. And they're living in home networks right now. And people don't know it. And everything that's happening on your network is being scanned, and you don't even know it.
Wait, Mike, I don't think they heard you. You said living in home work networks like they paid rent right now?
Yeah, just like they paid, but they didn't pay the rent.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? Evict the squatters. I'm just saying. And if you can't update your router, it is time to get a new router. Just said. Look, number 3, use a password manager. Now, and there's a bunch out there. And there's some that a portion of them was compromised at one point, but it wasn't a part that really mattered. That was LastPass. And they've since fixed it, and it's considered pretty good now. There's another one that's very free. It's called Bitwarden. And you can use Bitwarden free account and put it on your phone, your tablet, your computer, everything you have. And then you remember your long password, but you don't have to remember any more passwords because this Bitwarden will do it for you.
Right.
Very simple, easy to use. And if you do that, pick one, use it. Just use it. Stop writing your passwords on Post-it notes. Stick it underneath your keyboard. Okay. Stop using the same password across all accounts.
Yeah.
And look, and if you want to buy the version, it's $30 a year you can spend. If you want Bitwarden, it's free. Free, free. It only takes the time to go set it up. And if you don't know how to set it up, the tutorials on it are stupid easy. So super easy. Now that we got that out of the way, number 4, freeze your credit. Now you say, well, what do you mean freeze my credit? All 3 credit bureaus, okay? It's free to do it. If you go to each one, Google or do a search or DuckDuckGo or whatever you use and search, TransUnion, free credit freeze. Experian, free credit freeze. Equifax, free credit freeze. You go in, you log in, you prove your identity, that you are who you say you are, and then you tell it, freeze my credit. So if somebody does try to get your stuff, they can't do anything because you've frozen your credit. They get blocked at the door. So it's kind of hard to steal your credit if they can't even get to it.
Correct.
So when that happens and you have it frozen, you say, well, how do I get credit? Unlock it, unfreeze it. You log back in and you can unfreeze. And then when you're done, freeze it again. It's real easy. You have to do it manually, but it's okay. 5. Here's the next one. Get fluent in AI. Pick one tool. I don't care which one it is. You can do Claude, Chat, Gemini. You can use our lovely one from Microsoft. I don't care which one you use. I don't care. Use it every day. And here's the thing. It's like learning how to read, because the gap between AI users and non-AI users is the new literacy gap.
That part.
5 moves. You can do it in 1 week. And here's the thing. It's an 80% coverage against what the agentic attackers will throw at a regular person. Think about this. You can cover yourself quickly, 80% coverage with nothing serious. Simple, easy.
Simple.
Look, this is an honorable mention here. Like, do you have kids? Talk to them about voice cloning. Show them what a deep fake sounds like. And their school is going to get a call pretending to be you. All right? Have that conversation before that call happens.
Always before the call. Always. Right? Listen. Opportunity block, right? We're going to pivot for a second. Opportunity block. Sensei, because we do not peddle doom on this show. Talk to us.
Well, some people say that we're a lot of doom and gloom because this stuff's scary.
Right.
But it is scary until you pull the curtain back and shine a light on it and you go, oh, that's what it is. No big deal.
Right.
Look, an ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. And when I was in the Army, we used to always say, I would rather sweat a gallon of blood in peacetime than shed an ounce of blood in war. But we peddle position.
Rather have than not have. Absolutely.
That's right. We peddle position. If you're a young person, a career switcher, a hustler looking for a move, cybersecurity in the agentic era is the greatest and greenest pasture on the planet. We've talked that cyber was the place to go for all folks that are coming out of the military. Every time I teach classes, I show them, here's some free cyber training you can get to get into the cyber career field, because this is where the money is going to be in the future. And here it is. Boom. It's the place to be. Right? Entry-level analyst roles, they're compressing. They're becoming automated. Senior architect role, that's exploding. AI security engineer, boom. Exploding. And if you're an agentic workflow designer, again, exploding. Get these things on your resume. Compliance officer for AI systems. Oh my God. Write your own ticket. All these roles did not exist 3 years ago. All are net new. Search for the smarts mapping the road. Security pluses for entry. You got to have that. You got to have CISSP for your senior track. CASP if you want to jump big, and then CCSP for the cloud.
Right.
And the new wave, ISACA and ISC2 are both rolling out. And these are AI security certifications this year. Look, track those. And for the vets, use your GI Bill, use your skill bridge, use your vet tech. Cyber programs, listen to me now, this is huge, are 90% covered for qualified vets at most accredited schools. 90% covered for cost.
Right.
Use the benefits. They're built for this moment.
Yep.
And look at the pay ranges, okay? From entry level, mid market city, 60 to 80. Experience with AI angle, 150 plus. A senior architect, 220 up. And here's the thing, most of these jobs are very remote friendly. You live in Mobile, Alabama, you work in Silicon Valley. The check is sent on Friday.
Absolutely.
Look, live where the cost of living is cheap and make the money from the big city.
Money. Absolutely. Yep. Now, Sensei with the closer. That's the pitch. For the motivators sitting on the fence right now, stop sitting. The industry needs you. The pay is real. The work matters.
And you said it. The work matters. Look, you're protecting lives when you protect data. Hospitals, banks, schools, power grids. It's not just email hygiene, keeping the email clean. This is life support for civilization.
Right.
This is important work.
Man. Shout out block, right? This is our shout out block, right? Let's hit the community, right? The smarts in the chat right now. Drop your favorite AI tool in the comments. We want to see it. Drop it in the chat.
And final bosses, what's your crown jewel? What are you actually protecting? Drop that in the chat. And your warriors, if you're a veteran looking at cyber as your next career, drop the word rebirth in the chat. We'll follow up after the show. We've got a lane for you, motivators. One move from tonight's episode that you commit to this week. Type it, you hold to it. Accountability is the membership fee.
Absolutely. And look, this is some rapid fire questions, Sensei. The first one is AI going to take my cybersecurity job?
No, AI is going to replace the security pro who does not use AI. So if you don't use AI, yeah, you might be gone. But if you use AI, it'll amplify your job and lock you in. So when everybody's out drinking beer on Friday night, you need to be learning AI tools.
Correct. Next question. This person says they're 52. Are they too old for cyber?
No, actually, believe it or not, 52 is an ideal age, and here's why. You have pattern recognition. You've improved in judgment under pressure. You have the ability to read people, experiencing, managing complex systems, and that's the job. A machine needs a coach. A coach is how old? They're not 21. Coach is 52.
Right. Unless you Sean McVay. Shout out to the Rams. Right. So, listen. Thanks for that, Sensei. I really appreciate it, man. Look, one book to read this year if I want to understand AI and cyber.
Okay. The book is called Schneider on Security. And Bruce Schreiner's his blog. It's free. You have weekly reads, long view analysis, best consistent signal in the space. And it's spelled SCHNEIER.
Write that down. Smarts, motivators, warriors, final bosses. Write this information down now. Right now. Listen. Go Time 2 drops this spring. Well, actually, it's the summer. Yeah. Go Time 2 is dropping in July. For the philosophy layer on how to build in this era. Schneider is the tactics. Go Time 2 will be its soul.
Both.
Man, both. I like that. Sensei, bring it home for us.
Okay, here it is. The old era is over. The era where the human stood with a cup of coffee and a headset. That era is closed. But the new era is open. The era where trained humans direct autonomous systems, where coaches run platforms, where judgment scales through code. That era is now. And every warrior in the game has a choice. You can fear the shift, or you
Mhm.
claim it. People who claim it own the next decade. They run the firms. They write the rules. They build the
Yeah.
tools. And they will train the next generation on their own terms. And here's the final lock-in. You are the last generation of humans who will remember what it was like before. Your kids won't remember a world without agentic AI fighting for them or against
Mhm.
them. Your grandkids won't either, but you will. You will remember April 2026. You will remember tonight. You will remember episode 223 of the Final Boss podcast, where we talked about what is here on your doorstep right now.
That is it. That is a pressure test passed. Now, that is also rebirth proven. Not by the absence of pressure, but by the presence of choice. The final bosses chooses every time, every day, every doorway.
Every doorway.
Look, smarts, final bosses, motivators, warriors, this is your season. Go claim it. Make the decision before you go to bed tonight, not tomorrow, tonight,
Tonight. Absolutely. Like right now.
right now.
Episode 223 is in the books.
Boom, baby. Listen, Tech Tuesdays is every Tuesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The Final Boss podcast, right? If this hit, smash the like button, hit the share, hit the subscribe button, right? Send it to your cousin still running Windows XP in his head, right? Send it to the small business owner who thinks we're too small for hackers to care. Send it to the nephew packing and picking right now a major for his next level of education, right? Send it to the veteran who thinks the door is closed.
Tonight's episode opens doors. The references for your smarts who go deeper is the IBM autonomous security announcement on April 15th of this year. The IBM newsroom. Go check that out. Go do a quick research on OpenAI GPT-5 for cyber announcement. Go read it. Go read the hacker news of April 2026. Look at or go search for Anthropic Mythos model preview.
Yeah.
This is in it from Anthropic in April 2026. Pantera AI security and exposure report of 2026. And I talked about this already. Zscaler Threat Labs 2026 VPN risk report. I'm telling you, people think VPN is safe.
Yeah.
This is where the biggest hole is going to be, where the most compromise is going to be happening is over VPNs. And the IBM Project Glasswing, multi-vendor cybersecurity initiative.
Right.
And I talked about the Anurag Gurtu commentary. You got Tech News World 2026, cybersecurity predictions. You got Black Lotus Labs, APT 28 Fancy Bear router compromise report. Go look this stuff up.
Yeah.
This is where the era where curiosity gets rewarded. If you want to know what's happening, go do some homework. Couple of quick searches gathers a huge amount of information, and you can have a really good idea really fast about what's happening in the world so you don't get left behind.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now, you know, next week, motivators, smarts, final bosses, warriors. You are the sovereign. And next week on Tech Tuesdays, we may, I say may, is loosely, we may talk about agentic coding, right? What happens when AI writes most of the world's software? Sounds like an interesting conversation, right? Every smart needs to hear that one, right? And I'm going to send you the reminder, right? If we talk about that one.
You gotta watch this. We're pulling on curtains pretty hard. Again, it's for entertainment purposes only. And we are here to study the machine, not argue with the decorations.
That's it. That's it. And don't forget, Motivation Mondays hit you first. Merger Wednesdays goes doctoral on the neural interface arc. Special guest Thursday brings the fire, right? Sovereign brings the fire to the sovereign, right? 5 shows, 1 mission.
One mission.
Yep. And one more time, to every smart, every final boss, every motivator, every warrior, 1 hour. We gave it to you, and we don't take that light, right?
No, we don't.
Yeah. Stay sharp, stay sovereign, stay dangerous. Until next Tuesday.
Sensei out.
All right. That's our show, ladies and gentlemen. But as always, before we go, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night. And if the show resonates with you, go share it out, man. Share it out. Don't gatekeep, right? And always remember this. There's a heavy pain that comes with discipline, but the pain, there's even heavier pain that comes with regret. I am here. We are here. Be balanced, be equal, and be smart. That's our show for tonight. Thank you for joining us, man. This has been episode number 223, season 4, arc 3 of the Rebirth, man. It's been great, and we will see you again. I'll see you again tomorrow for Merger Wednesdays, but Sensei and I will see you again on Tuesday. Maybe he'll be back this Thursday for Special Guest Thursday. I don't know. But y'all have a great one, man. It's always a pleasure. Until next time, talk to you soon.
Welcome to Tech Tuesday on the Final Boss podcast, where innovation meets attitude, and the future gets decoded one byte at a time. I'm your host, Turbo the CEO, and your co-host, Mike Foth. And today we're diving deep into the tech trenches to uncover the tools, trends, and truths shaping tomorrow. Whether you're a code slinger, gadget geek, or just tech curious, this is your weekly power-up. So grab your controller, plug in, and let's level up.